No intro, no outro, straight fire. All right, what's good, y'all? Welcome back to the channel. So this week I made a simple adjustment that gave me way more opportunity without changing my strategy. Because when Tuesday, Wednesday hit around, I was like, bro, these seven major pairs ain't moving like I needed to move. Like the volume ain't moving like you know how it was at the end of last year type. So, um, yeah, so what I did was I pulled all the major pairs and the minor crosses, as you can see right here, bloom. And I told myself, yeah, let's run it up, like, but the right way. So obviously the right way is using my strategy, but I was like, yeah, let me just go ahead and run this up right quick, because here's the thing. I'm not trying to force trades, but I'm also not trying to, not have 2 weeks of either unprofitability or not trading at all. Like, I'm trying to give myself a better chance of catching clean setups while still, again, respecting my rules. And just to go back to it, like, my rules are pretty simple. Like, I'm trading in the previous week's high and low. That's it. That's the foundation of it, right? Previous week's high and low, waiting for the POC volume profile for acceptance, and then I take my trade. So instead of sitting around waiting for one pair to do something, I'm scanning more pairs so that I can catch the same setup just with more chances for it showing up. So more pairs equals more opportunity for me, but the rules still stay the same. So more pairs, more opportunity versus, you know, y'all get the gist of it. So now with that being said, let's go into the weekly recap. So this week, I'm going to break down which pairs actually respected the key weekly levels, what we got, the clean sweeps and reversal, and then also what I took, what I passed on, and pretty much why. And then lastly, the biggest lesson from this week so that we can tighten up for next week. All right, let's get into it. So first things first, the DXY. So you already know I marked up the previous week's high and low. These are the only two lines that I really care about starting the week off. Now what I'm looking for again is very simple. I'm either waiting for runs on the highs or the lows, show some rejection, and then gives me confirmation for the entry, which is obviously the volume profile. So for the volume profile. So the DXY, I use that for the basis of my major pairs, but the DXY took a hot little minute. As you can see, it did not sweep the previous week's high until Thursday. So I'm like, yeah, it's taking a hot little minute. So ideally, I'll be looking for sales for the UCAD, UJ, USD, CHF, which I put that on my weekly outlook earlier this week. And then AU, EU, GU, NU would be buys. So because I have more pairs, I'm not going to go through all seven major pairs. I'm just going to go through the pairs that respected respected my rules, which is everything that I flagged in blue. So first things first, USD JPY broke the weekly high, closed below the POC. However, price did not pull all the way back, and as you can see, it's currently dropping right now. I'm not trying to force trades. Set a pending order didn't get hit. It is what it is. USD CHF again took out the weekly high, closed below the POC, but as you can see, price did what? Boom, came right past my stop loss, and as you can see right now, it's heading down. This was just another liquidity grab, which it happens. Like, price grabs liquidity. It happens. It has to grab liquidity in order to reprice slower. We just take it for what it is, and again, just keep it moving. Like, you win some, you lose some. It is what it is. EUR USD gave me a clean break below. However, there was no acceptance above. It looks like price wants to accept above right now, but it's Friday, and I don't like trading on Friday. I don't like trading setting pending orders going into the weekend, because usually sometimes when Sunday opens up, price gaps down before it makes the initial move. And again, I'm good on that. I have way too many pairs that I'm watching for me to, take that risk in the market. Same thing with GU, same thing. Probably going to close above the POC, probably have a gap and then push up. Now, does it gap all the time? No, but again, I don't want to take that risk. I'm good off of it. EUR USD, as you can see, boom, took out the weekly highs, closed below the POC, entered in on this trade. Price closed below the POC, entry, and it's on its way down. I already took partial profits, and my stop is at break even. It's doing this thing. I set another pending order for right here for Tuesday's POC rejection. Thursday, excuse me, but it didn't reverse back enough for me. So just letting it ride out. I'm good with it. AUD USD, same thing. Price closed above previous week's high. I have acceptance of the POC that happened on Thursday. Price reversed back, hit me in, and now it's currently dropping, waiting for price to hit my take profit one, which is halfway from my entry to my overall take profit. I set the stop loss for a little bit higher because this right here would have been a crazy stop loss. Just with spreads, as you can see, spreads right now is 2.5 for AUD JPY, so not really too enticed with it. Great British Pound AUD. Got my previous week's sweep, but as you can see, really no acceptance. The acceptance is coming right now, but again, with the whole gapping and the trading, setting pending orders until the weekend, I'm good off of it. CAD JPY, got my clear, however, got no acceptance. It is what it is. All right. EUR CAD showed me mad love this week. Price cleared on Monday. However, I do not enter in Mondays going into Tuesdays. I only enter in Tuesdays going to Wednesdays. So this was a trade, took another trade, and then I have a pending order set for right here. And then as you can see, take profit one, hit for my first trade, take profit one, hit for my second trade. And then I have a pending order set for this pair with my, whoa, I have to adjust this. This looks weird. Oh no, that's right, because I forgot I didn't bring this down. With my take profit one for my third trade. So we'll see how this plays out. NZD JPY. Again, price took out previous week's high. However, didn't show acceptance of the POC. But as you can see, it is dropping very lovely right now. Very lovely. Dropping very lovely. This is what I like to see. AUD CHF, same thing. Took out previous week's high. However, acceptance happened on a Friday. Not too enticed with it. CHF, JPY, same thing. Took out previous week's high. Price closed below the POC. Had my acceptance is drawing down. Took profits at take profit one. My stops got moved to break even. So just letting that shit ride out. EUR CHF, again, boom. This one kind of, I'm gonna be honest, this one kind of like low-key made me mad because took out previous week's high and it came so close to hitting me in. Very, very close. I'm not in this trade, so I can delete this alert. And as you can see, price reversed, boom, and is on his way to my take profit. Moving a little bit slow, but it is what it is. Great British Pound CAD, same thing. Great British Pound CAD showed me mad love. Monday took out previous week's high. Tuesday took out previous week's high. Don't enter in on Mondays. Got the acceptance of the POC on Tuesday. Price reversed back on its way down. My first trade actually hit his take profit one. Again, running it back from Tuesday going into Wednesday. Closed below the POC. Hit me back in on the POC, came down. And then lastly, I have a pending order set. All in all, and this is another thing too that I didn't mention. If I have a pending order set, if that shit don't get hit by Friday, I am closing out the pending order. I'm closing out the pending order. Again, gaps will make or break you. And I very strict to my rule. And my rule is I only trade Tuesdays going into Wednesdays, Wednesdays going into Thursdays, Thursdays going into Fridays. That's it. No Fridays into weekends, no Mondays into Tuesdays. Great British Pound CHF, Great British Pound CHF, boom. You know, got my liquidity sweep, price closed below the POC. However, boom, price hit me out. But guess what? Price gave me another liquidity sweep, sell buy side liquidity sweep, closed below the POC. This was my opportunity to enter in, and it's like on its way down. Again, moving a little bit slow, it is what it is. And then my second entry also got hit in. Again, moving a little bit slow, but it is what it is. Keeping this open, in it for a good time, not a long time. Keeping that trade open. I'm going to clean up my charts a little bit at the end of this video. I just want to get through the video for the weekly recap. Great British Pound JPY showed me mad love. Shout out to GJ. Shout out to the GJ traders. And the reason why this is so funny to me, because people always say never short GJ, never short GJ. Yes, never short GJ without context. However, I had the context. It met all my requirements, and I'm in there. So took out the high, got my POC, Boom, price reverse. Boom, hit my POC, is on his way down. Hit hit my TP1 for my first trade. Price did not reverse all the way. Boom, for my second trade. It is what it is. And then my third trade again, price did not reverse back for my third trade. So GJ, my first trade, stops are at break even, took out half profit, and the rest is doing its thing. Again, it's so funny. People be like, people are always like, you never want to short GJ. Yeah, don't short GJ without context. NZD CAD, as you can see right here, again, took out previous week's high, price closed below the POC, waiting for price to boom, hit me in, and then reverse back. Again, if this doesn't get hit, I'm out the trade completely. And then last but not least, NZDCHF. Took out previous week's high, however, had no acceptance. Because it had no acceptance Thursday going into Friday, no longer interested into the trade. So I am not taking it. All right, so to go back through my trades, my list one more time. USD CAD, no opportunity. Take that off my list. USD CHF, no opportunity. That's kind of burnt me. Get off my list. EUR USD, not going to be on my list. GU, not holding through the weekend. EU, holding through the weekend. AUD USD, holding through the weekend. Great British Pound AUD, not holding through the weekend. CAD JPY, not holding through the weekend. EUR CAD, holding through the weekend. NZD JPY, not holding through the weekend. AUD CHF, not holding through the weekend. CHF JPY, holding through the weekend. EUR CHF, didn't hit. This made me so mad. Not holding through the weekend. Great British Pound CAD, holding through the weekend. Great British Pound CHF, holding through the weekend. GJ, holding through the weekend. NZD CAD, it depends on if it hits it or not. NZD CHF, not holding through the weekend. So holding these through the weekends. Also, another difference that I did is instead of risking 2%, I risked 1% because I don't want to really expose myself that much to the market. And that's pretty much it. So, all right. So overall, this week was a solid week because the process stayed clean. Weekly highs, weekly lows, sweep confirmation executed. The biggest takeaway for me was adding more pairs didn't make me reckless. It gave me more chances to be patient and still catch my setup. If you want, I can drop a full list of the pairs I scan every single week so that you can see my major and my minor pairs. And I can also show my exact market routines on Sundays, which I think I already did that. It's really not my market routines on Sundays. It's more so my market routines on Fridays when the market is closed. So pretty much if you got value from this, like this video, subscribe, comment weekly, and I'll know to keep these recaps coming. So I'll catch you in the next one. Alrighty. No intro, no outro, straight fire. Peace.